Hello, good evening and welcome to Hlspwns World. Tonight I bring you this impromptu video because I really wanted to give you guys an update about the BIOS I installed the other day. I don't want to mislead anyone because I said it was perhaps one of the more stable boot up BIOSes I'd run for a while, and that was absolutely true. But the other day, after having the machine run for a 16-hour render overnight, upscaling some video to very ultra high definition, I come to use the machine next day and it had perhaps one of the worst boot up startup problems I've ever had since owning the Crosshair 6 Hero motherboard. Not only that, I did say in my previous video that I've noticed a massive performance drop, and I put this down to Spectrum Meltdown, but looking online I can't find any references to AMD taking such a big performance hit. After checking my machine tonight and make sure the AIO is securely seated and not seeing any overheating or jumps in temperature, I can only put this poor performance and poor startup that I experienced the other day down to this beta BIOS. What I'm going to do is roll back to a previous version and see if this improves anything. Okay, let's do this and see what happens. Well, pretty much as I said about the boot up problems, I've hit it again now. I've got an 8 error code and a 0D. I've now gone into the BIOS, so hopefully just by saving the changes and doing nothing, the machine will boot up. I need to get into my machine to make sure I've got the correct version of BIOS on my memory stick before we try and upgrade it. Before we try and downgrade it to the previous version. So I'm currently flashing the BIOS back to 6201, and I've done that by renaming the BIOS cap folder or file extension, the first part, to C6H. If you do that, you can use the Asus EZ Flash utility free without, if I can speak tonight, without having to use the BIOS flashback button on the back of the machine. So it makes life so much simpler, where we can just plug my stick into my USB 3 port and then just update the BIOS as we are now. Hopefully this will get us back to where we should be, and I might even try and mess with the overclocks again. Just going to go off for this segment of the BIOS upgrade, and then I will come back after I've got some stable settings. I've never tried this version before, and we're going to jump onto version 6201. Hey guys, so after faffing around for God knows how long, I reverted the machine back to 6201. And upon doing that, I tested the overclocking performance of the machine. I'm still unable to get the machine to run stable at 4 GHz. I can boot into the machine, boot into Windows, but I just don't have the stability. And that goes for 4 GHz and 3200 MHz on the RAM. I must say, with this BIOS, I don't get the Windows blue screens, but again, in Cinebench and in 3D Mark, there's just not the stability, and that's upping the voltage to 1.45 volts. The machine used to be able to do it. I don't know why it can't not do it now. So I've gone back to my 3.9 GHz at 1.32 or 1.31 volts. So the elephant in the room is that even reverting back to a previous BIOS, my Cinebench scores are still lower. I can only put this down to the Windows patching for Spectrum Meltdown. I can't think of any other reasons why it should be slower than when it was when it first came out. Other than that, if you've got any ideas, please do sound off in the comments below, because I'm at a loss at the moment. I can't see what is different other than the Windows and firmware updates done to the CPU. So the Cinebench score that we now have is 1564, and that is a lot slower. When I first had the machine, we were getting scores of 1733. So that is a little disappointing. In gaming and general use, I can't tell the difference, but obviously in productivity, in bringing you these videos, the machine is that little bit slower. Whether it makes such a huge impact is questionable, but it's still frustrating that the performance is somewhat now inhibited. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know about the boot up stability just yet, because every time I've rebooted the machine from cold, it started up alright ever since I dropped it back to the 3.9. This is something I can only report on over the next few days, and if you want to know what the stability's been like, please check back to the video and I'll keep posting updates in the comments. Well, thank you for watching this impromptu video. A little frustrating that I haven't been able to resolve this issue, and perhaps it's just as it is going forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you perhaps later in the next one. If Kunos released the Assetto Corsa Competizione Zone update for it, as of yet it hasn't come out, so I don't know whether I'll be doing a video on that later or not. But thank you for watching. So this is only a very quick video. See you later. Ta-ta. Goodbye.